I thought our guys really fought hard and played hard. We made some mistakes that you can't make, but as far as just the will to fight and how hard they played, I was proud of them for that. You play with the guys that you have out there, and you don't ever make excuses, and you play as hard as you can. And we didn't make enough plays, but I was proud of our guys' fight today.
A banged-up Vandals team falls short at Sun Belt League power Arkansas State. Coach Paul Petrino liked what he saw, though, in redshirt freshman Jake Luton's first career start. Plus, volleyball head coach Debbie Buchanan, the longest tenured volleyball coach in Vandal history, stops by. Inside the Vandals, next. Hey, welcome into another edition of Inside the Vandals. So glad you could be with us. I'm your host, Tom Purvis, and I'm joined now by Vandals head coach Paul Petrino. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Tom. It's good to be here.
Well, Coach, a great start to the game for you guys. You led for a large portion of that first half. The game didn't turn out how you wanted. How do you look at this game?
I think there's a lot of positives. I was really proud of our guys. The way they went down there and played hard and got after it and really competed the whole game. I thought we came out that first drive offensively. Jake did a really good job. We went right down the field, and I thought for the most part they really competed the whole game. And it's kind of like if you were in the Big Ten and you opened up with Ohio State and Michigan State. It's kind of the two teams we opened up with. Thought we played very hard and very well in both games, and now there's a bunch of games left on the schedule that we should have a great chance to win, and we just got to continue to get better every day.
For a guy's first career start, what did you like about Jake?
His composure. I thought he was very composed. I thought he really took the game one play at a time and worried about the process and moved on to the next play every single time. I thought he did a great job of running with the ball. Obviously he had 3 touchdown runs. Not many guys have their first start get 3 touchdown runs. Obviously some, had a couple interceptions. That's something that we can work on and improve. But, I was just proud of him. I thought he competed every single play throughout the whole game, and I thought his composure was very good.
Without Matt Lenahan in the game, how much did it change, having a first-time start in there? Offensively, how much did that change for you guys, just as far as even your play calling?
Yeah, it's different, because Matt has a lot of experience. He played all those games last year, has played this year, really understands, really helps line up everybody else. So as much as anything, it was probably more worrying about everybody else, making sure they knew what to do, because Matt a lot of times helps all the other players understand and make sure they know what they're doing throughout the course of the game. But I was very proud of Jake. I thought he went out there and played well.
That you mentioned the touchdown drive to open the game for you guys. You also had the interception return for a touchdown. How excited were you guys with that start?
Oh, very excited. I thought a key time was when we had that lead and we drove it all the way down to the 30 and then ended up coming away with no points. That kind of hurt. If we could have jumped on them with another touchdown, that would have been that would have helped a lot. I thought our guys came out ready to play, played hard, really gave it everything they had and laid it on the field. And as long as they do that, then we're proud of them.
And you guys are up 14-7. Arkansas State ends up scoring 28 points in a row. What did you see in that time that your team needed to do differently?
Oh, we had a couple 3-and-outs on offense. That hurt. I think offensively it was kind of by 4 quarters. In the first quarter we were really good on third downs. In the second and third quarter, we didn't do a good job executing on third downs. Fourth quarter, we were real good on third downs. Defensively, in the first half, they converted 7 out of 8 third downs. In the second half, they were 0 for 3. So we just got to get it where we're more balanced and we do a good job of converting on third downs and stay on the field on offense and get some 3-and-outs defensively and get off the field.
After that stretch, your guys' offense really came alive. You had the 68-yard run by Elijah Penny. You had a couple other explosive plays as well. What was working for you guys you scored 28 points in that second half? Yeah,
I think it was the matter of just executing and staying on the field. I thought Jake did a really good job. We made a couple adjustments where he really had to read the front and the coverage, depending if he was going to run the ball or throw the ball. And he did a great job. A lot of it was him mentally getting us in the right situation. There were calls where you could do either or, and he did a really nice job of it.
All touchdowns, no field goals for you guys in this game. Did you feel that short yardage wise you made some improvements?
We did, and some of that was Jake running the ball himself. Some of those are where it's a read where he either can hand it off or he keeps it and runs it himself, and he did a great job of making the correct reads and then also finding the holes where he ran it and got it in.
Obviously, you guys dealing with some injuries right now, and of course, you're going to get banged up during a football season, but the injuries that you guys have right now in the key positions, is this more than you normally see?
Yeah, but you know, football's a violent sport, and that happens, and you don't ever make excuses and move on, but it is a nice week to have a bye week. You know, hopefully we get some of those guys back. And it's hurt us in our depth, probably more than anything. A lot of guys have had to play a lot more plays than they normally would, and I think that's where we've had little parts of the second quarter where we've gotten worn down, you know, and that's hurt us a little bit in the last two games, because really if you just went when it was the starters versus the starters, both of those last two games against the best two teams, we've held our own very well, and we've just gotten a little worn down when they've subbed, and we really haven't had enough guys to sub. So get these guys back, get a little more depth, and get way better these next 2 weeks, and go try to get us a win at Troy.
Any timetable for Matt Linehan?
No, that's you know, he's doing everything he can. He's working his very hardest, rehabbing as long as he can every single day, and you know, we'll just kind of play it day by day.
Well, the Vandals offense continues to put up big numbers, and a big reason for that, an improved offensive line. Mason Bilger had a chance to catch up and chat with Idaho offensive lineman Calvin White.
Thanks, Tom. I checked in with Calvin White after practice. Thanks for being with us, Calvin. My first question for you, what brought you to the University of Idaho?
My dad was U of I alum, and I was looking for schools to play football, and sat down with Coach Akey's office, and after forcing him to watch my highlight film, he ended up offering me a walk-on spot.
And you played defensive line in high school. What was that transition like, going from a high school defensive lineman to a college offensive lineman?
It was difficult. I didn't play any O-line in high school, so just learning the technique, and I was really undersized. I came at 245, so trying to get bigger and then just trying to understand how offenses work was the hardest adjustment.
Right now your position is quick tackle. Most offensive schemes have a right tackle and a left tackle. What's the difference between the quick tackle and strong tackle that you guys use?
The only difference is we switch sides, and the quick tackle has more backside run responsibilities, whereas the right and the left tackle is more balanced. So as a quick tackle, I have a lot of backside run stuff and one-on-one pass blocking.
You were a walk-on here, and you're on scholarship now. What did you have to go through, and what was that experience like, becoming on scholarship?
It was a lot of hard work. Went through a coaching change, went through 2 years of practice just holding bags and trying as hard as I could to earn the respect of my teammates and the coaches, and then to get a scholarship, it really paid off.
What's your favorite football memory here at the University of Idaho?
It'd have to be getting my scholarship. When that happened, it was just really uplifting for me. After having to pay your way for 2 years, have to work your butt off, and then you've kind of made it. And you haven't made it yet, but you feel like you're a part of the team at that point.
You were. What are your expectations as a starter for the rest of this season and the rest of your collegiate career?
Just to get wins. We got to come in every week expecting to get wins, and for me, just to play my best. I'm not, putting expectations of being first team all conference. That'd be great, but the most important thing to me is getting wins.
Lastly, what is your plans for life after football?
I want to be a lawyer. Thinking about going to law. We'll see how that works out after the next couple of years here, and see if I still want to do that. But that's the plan.
Right on. Well, thank you for being here with us, Calvin. Mason Bilger here with Inside the Vandals. Back to you, Tom.
Coach, what do you like about Calvin?
You just like about him is he's an overachiever. That's a word I like to use for guys that get the very most out of their ability. And Calvin, came in here as a walk-on, earned himself a scholarship, just gotten better and better every single year. He's a great student, a great young man. He's just somebody that you want to represent this university. You'd want to represent your family, and he does everything. He does everything to his best, and he's just a great young man.
We've talked about walk-ons before. Why? Typically, it seems that the walk-on ends up being, just an overachiever. Why does that end up being that way?
I hope all our players are overachievers. To be honest with you, I think that means you reach your very top of your potential. And but a lot of times, those are the guys that have to battle. They have to stick out. They have to do everything they can to make sure that everyone knows that they are reaching their highest potential and earning everything that they deserve.
How big has just the offensive line been for you guys this year?
Coach Singovich has done a great job. They've really improved, and they've been good. They've done a good job both protecting our quarterbacks and run blocking, and that's one of the biggest improvements on our team this year.
He's Vandals head coach Paul Petrino. Coach, as always, a pleasure, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, well, up next, we check in with Vandal volleyball coach Debbie Buchanan, and we get her take on her team's play thus far this season. Inside the Vandals, we're back after this.